specifically to black people, we need to go back and read our history. We need to look at the organizations that have existed in our history before the last 30, 40 years or so. The United Negro Improvement Association, the Nation of Islam. Those were two of the largest, by membership, black organizations in American history. Go look at their economic programs. They did not call for affirmative action. They didn't call for the government to carve out privileges for them, which can only have the presupposition that black people were not smart enough to compete on a fair, level ground. Those organizations called for black people to start their own businesses, to develop their own resources, to improve their own communities. The inspiring talk of Malcolm X was the program of the Nation of Islam. I'm not a supporter of the Nation of Islam. I actually know the Nation of Islam from when Elijah Muhammad was alive. I was old enough then to have gone to the temple while Elijah Muhammad was still alive. I am not calling for a resurrection of his ideas. To be clear, I am saying that the idea that black people should rely primarily on the good graces of a paternalistic government to prop us up and walk us through life did not come from the black community. It did not come from the black community. It came from well-meaning white liberals who took handing us crutches as help. I think we can see now. I think we can pass judgment on what the effects of that help has been. I'm not going to go into whether that help was really meant to help or whether handing someone crutches was done knowing that then that person would never be able to walk once they got used to the crutches. I'm going to leave all of that alone. I am just saying it was a well-meaning but misguided attempt at help. But we can pass judgment on it now. It didn't work. We need to move on. Ron Paul offers a bridge. Ron Paul is not the answer for America or for Black America in the sense that all he can do is what he can do as president. Whether or not the Ron Paul revolution is successful or not depends on what you and I do in our lives, in our communities, with our families, in our churches, in our unions, in our social organizations, at our jobs. That's the revolution that's waiting to happen. What we have in Ron Paul is a Moses, is a Noah. He's built an ark. He's saying the floods are coming, the rains are coming. Get onto the ark. He's saying to Pharaoh, set my people free. Set my people free. But at that point, we have to be able to walk. And whether we walk following Ron Paul's beliefs or whether we choose some other paths, we got to come to terms with we have to walk, you have to walk, I have to walk. We have to not leave this up to a government, any government, a Ron Paul government or not a government. If Ron Paul gets into government and we all decide to follow what Ron Paul says in government, we've done no more than walk down the same path that he's trying to get us to turn away from. So let's go out and make the revolution. Vote Ron Paul 2012. And then take control of your life.